Governor, another big part of your economic agenda for the future is possibly building a second power plant in Callaway County. Earlier this week, Senator Jason Crowell introduced legislation that includes a $3 million funding stream for the Office of Public Counsel for the PSC Commission. What do you think of that idea, and do you think that would be good to pair with legislation related to the site permit issue?
Well, I think first of all, Missouri needs to, we have an advantage right now. We have cost competitive power. We're in the top area of cost to our employers, our families. We're in the top 7 in the country as far as the cost of power. And the way that we can guarantee to continue to keep that compared to the other states that are seeing these huge spirals of power cost is to maintain our position ultimately short range and long range as a net energy exporter from Missouri. Just like we're talking about products here, we don't want to rely on power. See what happened in California a few years ago with the rolling brownouts. My gosh, you run out of power here, it's hard to run your business, same as Boeing or anybody else. So number one, the bottom line is we want to make sure we've got power sources of all sorts, a wide range, whether it's in the fuel side and ethanol, biodiesel, whether it's in the wind power that we just recruited a company from California to come to Kansas City, or in getting the early site permits so that we can be in line if nuclear becomes a bigger option on down the line, that we can move our position with an early site permit at that Callaway site up to one of the top places in the country to build it. We need to get this done to do that, but we need to do it right. We don't want to raise people's rates to get an early site permit. That's why it's important to have in that legislation not only the capacity to get that early site permit, but guarantee that the consumers won't pay a penny unless that permit's granted. Have a hard cap on how much it's going to cost, so we don't see, it's $1 or $2 for everybody, I think, in the state to get that early site permit over a couple of years. And number 2 in there, you want to make sure that you've got, if they don't get the permit, that they don't get any cost recovery for it. It's their risk. It's Ameren and the consortium's risk. Also, what I did was, it's much different than last time, I brought together all the power industries in the state. They're all involved in this, not just Ameren, but KCP&L, the Rural Electric Cooperatives, Empire, all of them. So we'd have a Missouri piece. And then the other part I said is we've got to have a more robust Office of Public Counsel so that not only businesses but also individuals know that we're going to watch rates and we're going to watch them strong. So the senators put in a bill that touches some of those. I think it's still the first week of March. I think there's going to be a good robust argument about this. I hope with those safeguards in there we can get this measure to my desk.
Governor, there's been a lot of talk about